You know who he doesn't like? He doesn't like Mayor Brandon Johnson. I'm going to show you why he doesn't like Mayor Brandon Johnson of Chicago.
All of this pushback against Trump, knowing how he responds to that, could actually provoke him to follow through with this talk about sending in the National Guard when yesterday he seemed to waffle. Could this make things worse, all this pushback?
Could you imagine if, as a descendant of slaves, if my ancestors would have had that same rationale? Let's not fight against the Confederacy. Let's just try to get along, and then maybe one day they'll give us our freedom. Nowhere in the history of America or the world where marginalized people have sat silent and idle, and they've been able to actually achieve justice and liberation. The fact that you have a unified front in Chicago where we are rejecting the occupation by the military of our cities, that's actually fighting for our democracy. That's what's required in this moment. Leading in this moment takes a great deal of courage, but we stand on the shoulders of so many people that have come before us. We have seen these type of tyrannical acts before. One thing that we know for sure, when we fight back against tyranny, the people united always prevail.
Just say the reality. It's easier when you have facts and reality and the majority of American people on your side. Who cares about the lies they tell? Stop rejecting. Even that reporter saying, shouldn't you just roll over Mayor Johnson? Considering he keeps having all these angry, violent, bloodthirsty words for you and your city, shouldn't you just accept it? No. And for the people who for some reason think that they should, maybe they get inspired by someone actually saying the right thing, not only on his threats, but also on his claims of coming to lower violence in cities. I love what Brandon Johnson said here too.
To offer, no, listen, Mark, I get to answer my question now. You've asked it.
Mark.
No, Mark, I've answered my questions. Of course they are, but you're not going to be able to avoid that if we don't do the things that actually work. We are not split on this issue. The fact of the matter is, no one has asked me to send federal troops into this city to make it safe. It has never come up. It never came up during the campaign. It's never come up in the first 2 years. The fact of the matter is, we are driving violence down on this city, and we're using every single resource that's available to us. Dr. King said this right here in Chicago, the National Conference on New Politics. What did he say? He said, militarism is a sickness. I am trying to eradicate the sickness from this city and from this country. I'm going to work hard every single day to protect the people who are caught up in violence in this city. Guess why? You want to know why? Because the vast majority of them look like me. This president has never asked a very simple question to me, Brandon Scott, Barbara Lee, Randall Woodfin. He doesn't talk to black mayors about what it's like to live in communities that have been disinvested in. So no, we're not going to succumb to the sickness and the evil that Dr. King warned us about a generation ago. It didn't work in 1974 when 970 people were being killed. It didn't work in the 90s when no one said a mumbling word about how many people were losing their lives because of violence in this city. And now we're actually doing the work that's working. Now all of a sudden everybody has these ideas. This is a group project, but we're not going to allow the President of the United States of America or any of his ilk look at the work that we're doing across this country, and then now we're experiencing some level of reprieve, and now he wants to put his name on our paper. No, not going to tolerate it.
I think it's pretty simple. Again, there's actual things being put in place. And what they don't want that information to be spread is that when you invest in communities, instead of claiming, these black people, these brown people, these women, these other folks, they're all a detriment to society since they've siphoned so much resources and life out of these communities in order to try and prove their white supremacist points. When things are working well because they do things the right way, like invest, then crime does go down. That's an understanding of why crime happens in the first place. When you strip our educational system, which is also top of their list from the moment that they got into office, they're stripping our education system. They're stripping our communities of their resources. You notice all the money that they keep taking from people, and it's turned into violence, it's turned into militarism, and it's turned into barking orders and control over your rights. It's weird how fast that happens. But then after he sends in these troops and things are actually working, and he denies the reality of actual crime stats that they'll just rip up and throw away, they'll claim that he made it happen. By the way, they have found themselves in Chicago already. Have you guys seen this video?
Get him. Watch out, watch out.
Let's run it again.
Get him. Watch out, watch out.
ultimate losers. This is his supreme army running after a man on a bike with apparently some kind of package on the front of it. I think the stories that are around from this situation is this guy rolled up on them, said something to them, non-threatening, probably called them some assholes or something. And the first point was, get him, go get him, go get him. And there's 15 to 20 of these fucking losers who can't even catch up with this guy on a bike. They're within 3 to 4 feet of him so many different times. But these, flatfoots can't do anything about it. It's a damn shame. So that's in Chicago. This president wants to say things directly about these situations that have nothing to do with quelling any violence. Matter of fact, what do you think this means when he posts, Border Patrol will take no nonsense? And he, of course, posts something from the Blaze. Here, let's watch what Donald Trump, the president of the United States, is cheering for in Chicago.
Public hearing! Leave! Don't touch me! Get out of here! Get home!
They want you to ignore the violence. Did you hear the shots that they were taking? Oh, these are non-lethal rounds. We're just shooting them at people. In the meantime, when folks finally respond, as they jump over cars like they're in some kind of action movie, these little individuals think that this is their now first chance to be the bullies that they always wanted to be, but they were too busy stuck in their small bodies and their baby-sized hearts. The courage is there as long as they've got, military equipment on, and then the president of the United States tell them they can do whatever they want. Again, his post was, they're going to take no nonsense. What did you see? The nonsense that was there was people protesting, which again, I'll point out, is who he wanted to shoot during his first term. Here's more. I'm going to show you guys the things these guys are doing so that when we see the response come from folks in the streets, you won't buy the bullshit that when they say, look at these violent lefty anti-fascists. Watch. This is the violence that's happening now in Chicago.
Get back! Get back!
What are you arrested for? Hey, if you spit, you're gonna go down. Yes, sir. Hear that? Yes, sir.
Alan, date of birth. Date of birth. What's your name? Date of birth. What's your birthday?
Help me!
Alan, date of birth.
9199.
I think it's about time for us to stop acting like these aren't the bad guys. So I counted 15 minimum agents with, I guess, non-lethal rounds that they're shooting at anyone that gets within 10 feet of them jumping on one guy. Did they explain who this one guy is? Was he some kind of kingpin? Had he murdered 100 people? Was he a serial killer? Or did he just leave the scene of a murder that he just killed a bunch of? Did he just run his truck into like a church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints? And did he then set fire to it? Did that happen right here? Or did that happen from one of Donald Trump's supporters as he murdered folks inside of a church? But they've got 15 to 20 agents who are shooting at innocent bystanders who are witnessing and trying to document the Gestapo that's running through this country. That's their job. And just like any other fascist, you have to understand this. They're also going after people who are directly involved in the media, who are reporting these things. They want to keep it hidden. There's this reporter who apparently took some rounds from some of these agents. She posted on her page, an ICE agent took a direct shot at my car today, absolutely unprovoked. My window was open and chemicals went all over my face. Been puking for 2 hours. There was not one protester in sight. I was simply driving to check the scene out like I have been for weeks, about 50 feet from the entrance. Apparently, this is an ICE facility over there in Chicago. Local authorities, along with my news organization, are taking this very seriously. And she says there's going to be more to come. There's a picture of her truck that was, I guess, hit with some kind of pepper balls or some kind of thing that they're shooting at folks based off of absolutely nothing. So as it comes to your city next, just be prepared and also understand this is now, this fascist regime is now trying to take over from within. It's implementing each of these steps. I'm just giving you what it is that we're seeing so that you can understand what it is that we're now facing.